Good evening, viewers on Deep Talks, virtual reality on love, life, and experiences. 87th show time. What a wonderful time it is to present to you a wonderful, stunning lady with us, Gini Vadhavan. And introducing Gini Vadhavan is my co host, Srishti Sharma. I believe that everything is magical tonight because it's such a divine timing to have her celebrate Women's Day in advance with us on Deep Talks. It's my pleasure, it's my honor to have her on board talking about her NGO, Daughters Are Blessings. So let's hear from Srishti about Guinea and let's have a candid conversation with Guinea Vadhavan. Welcome, Srishti, and a very good evening to you, Guinea.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening and welcome everyone. Tonight we have with us a very special guest, and it is my absolute pleasure and honor to introduce her to you, Miss Gini Wadwan. Miss Gini Wadwan is the founder of a non-profit organization known as Daughters Are Blessings, whose motto is that every girl child should know her worth because she is a blessing to the world. Empower people with positivity because girls of today are the women of tomorrow. It gives me immense pride to talk about her associations and appreciations with Sherry Blair Foundation UK, where she acts as a mentor, and US TV Awards, where she has been the jury member for 3 consecutive years. When she's not busy with her foundation, she works with the organization The Tree Box on their project Man Made Forest, which had the honor of entering the World Book of Records UK. Her accomplishments include winning the Subhash Chandra Bose Award and Rajniti Ki Pathshala Award for Outstanding Performance. She has also won the Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan Award of Honor. She is also the face of Johnson & Johnson campaign. A woman of substance, Miss Guinea Wadwan encapsulates the true essence of being a woman and works towards helping other women embrace it too. You can tell who the strong women are because they're the ones building other women up instead of tearing them down. At this juncture, I also feel honored to introduce you with Dr. Gurleen Khokhar, a noble soul and a renowned psychologist who has left no stone unturned to be a torchbearer for many souls. It is an honor to mention here that Ms. Gurleen Khokhar has interviewed many commendable souls on her mental health initiative, Deep Talks, to break barriers to express and never forget the original self, which usually gets lost in achievements. Today, in the 87th episode of Deep Talks, we have with us Miss Guinea Wadwan to share her wonderful life experiences. I invite you all to enjoy this terrific and inspiring conversation. I'm sure that you will relish this beautiful talk and will also participate in it by commenting, liking, and sharing it with all your loved ones. Also, subscribe and stream this video on our YouTube channel and become part of our YouTube community to spread positivity and say hello to the conversations which will lead to deep talks. Here, I would also like to mention that the contents of this channel doesn't intend to harm anyone's sentiments or feelings and doesn't have any intentions to hurt any religion, caste, creed, gender, sex. At this stage, Ms. Colleen Coker and I would also like to extend our prayers to everyone affected by the current scenario in Ukraine and Russia. May God be with all. We further hope that the matter will be settled soon amicably. As you start to walk on the way appears. On this note, halting this conversation for future connects and leaving the virtual stage of communication open to the public and ma'am for leading the way up. Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks a lot, Srishti, for
Wonderful.
such a wonderful
Wonderful.
introduction. Impeccably done. I'm so proud of you. Thanks a lot. And good evening, Guinea. It's a pleasure to host you
Thank
and
you.
be of service to the community as you are already doing a great work. Looking forward to being with you on this show. It's an honor. After Shobha, I can only smile and say that it could not have been better a choice than to have you on board Deep Talks. So let me know,
That
how do you feel to be on Deep Talks and what did you think when we connected and how am I and how is my outlook and everything, because this is candid and we would love to explore new opportunities to ask and start a conversation.
first, let me thank you. Thank you, Shobha, for connecting me to you, and thank you, Deep Talk, for getting me here. It's such an honor. And Drishti, thank you so much for introducing me in such a lovely way. And Gurleen, you're such a darling. Trust me, I've been your follower from the moment we got connected. And then
True.
I've seen all your interviews, how you take. The candid ones are the best. It just
True.
comes out from your heart. So
Very true.
probably
Very
when
true.
when you talk from your heart, and that shows on your face. It's such
Exactly.
it's such beautiful, to connect people with the same vibe and the same energy. And
Exactly.
actually, I really don't know when first I got connected. It looks like fish in the pond.
Magical. It was
Yeah,
destiny
it's
connect.
yes.
Yeah.
It was
True.
like, I mean, today when I get your message, it's not like somebody unknown. It's like, I know her. I
I
know
know
her
her.
from decades.
Yes,
So it's
and
such
it
a
is
nice
such a
thing.
blessing. It's such a source of joy for me because you are the founder of non-profit organization named Daughters Are Blessings, and just hearing this name, it brings a lot of magical feeling in me that how could somebody think of Daughters Are Blessings as an NGO's name? So this spreads smiles to the people who will be watching us and will be listening to the thought behind how did you keep this name and what are your thoughts about how can daughters be a true blessing to the people who do think that daughters are not strong enough or we are saddened by the plight of having given birth to a daughter. So I would love to have your views as to how did you keep the name and what are your thoughts about having a girl child.
Thank you so much for actually asking me this. I really need to clear a lot of doubts when people hear this name. Firstly, this name was my father used to tell me, which he is in higher up and he's looking at me. I hope he's proud of it. He used to always tell me that, daughters are a blessing and you're like a pillar to the house. And that time, probably I did not really understand. I just thought it's a fatherly love. Today, I
True.
understand that, he meant all this when I achieve all these things. So, daughters are blessing came exactly from my dad. And that
Wow.
time I was working in a corporate. This started in 2013, and
Great.
this was nothing, just a mere Facebook page. And I started writing quotes
Oh,
about because I was working in a corporate, I had my limitations about gender
yes.
equality and a lot of other things. So I just started a page in one of my travels and started writing it. So
Wow.
when you touch that emotional chord of a people, of somebody,
Yeah.
they reciprocate beautifully. And that's
Yes.
how that page grew from 10,000 to 1 lakh to 2 lakh and 5.5 lakh today.
Commendable.
So, so that was something like a calling to me. In 2016, I left my job because I just wanted to be with my dad on his last days. And then
Yes.
what? I had nothing. So this page was like my savior. And that time I made it into a foundation. And then I probably, thought, let's do something, just not keep it to the Facebook page. So we
True.
started motivating people. We tried to bridge the gap, which is like from the urban to the rural areas. So, because I solely believe that let's work on livelihood, not on
Yes.
donations, charities,
True.
because that's short-lived. So,
Very short.
let's work something which they are professional at it and they have no connection to the outside world. You know,
Very
but
right.
there are, when I go there, I probably think that they are very matured in thinking. Our urban people need to learn a lot from there. So
Very
when I
rightly put forward by you that educated lot needs to learn a lot more than the
Yes,
uneducated lot. True.
yes, yes. And trust me, my 17 years of my corporate experience has taught me a lot. There was a lot of gender inequality. Now I'll tell you a very small example. Like six
Why
o'clock,
not?
7 o'clock in the evening, everybody in my office used to say, "Ma'am, aap jao, ho gaya aapka time." I mean, why you grade me on my work, not on my gender? So if
Yes.
I am ready to work till late nights, I can manage it.
Why
So,
not?
these are the gender inequality, and there are loads of experiences today. I am on an open forum and I can say all that, let's be
Why
equal.
not? It's actually a beautiful thought because I have started this initiative on honesty and fact sharing. So there was somebody, a friend of mine, who asked me, what do you get after doing deep talks, and what are you gaining out of it? I said, I think I'm believing in the optimistic thought of creating a chain of not only having interviews, but more than that, a relationship, which by sitting at home, you can form a chain which is more stronger than your inside, friend circle, which would not stand any good stead if you remain in your own cocoon. You're learning every
True,
single moment, you know
true, true.
everything is not only materialistically that you're gaining. The materialism is not only bringing happiness, but this is something that you're doing from your heart, and it's your passion. So if you are
Yes,
infusing a lot of passion in what you are doing, I'm sure there is an open outlook on mindset of people who would want to come on this set and share a lot of their life experiences like you are
yes.
sharing today. Yeah.
Yes, Gurleen, when I tell, okay, I have a foundation called Daughters Are Blessing. The first thing, last week I met a politician without naming, and she
Yes.
said, very nice name. I wish I had a daughter. Trust me, Gurleen, I felt so sad about it. I said, ma'am, aren't you a daughter? I
Yes,
mean,
very nice.
why do we forget ourselves? We
True.
have to love ourselves. We have to respect ourselves for the world to follow. Everybody would follow it.
Exactly.
We need
Whatever
to
you
love
said and
ourselves.
whatever you mentioned just now, that before gaining respect from others, we need to believe that we are capable and we
Yes,
truly are already empowered to take that respect from
yes,
everybody. So like
yes.
you believe in girl, that every girl should be able to know her right and should know what she's a true source of joy by Lord. She's gifted, she's
True,
already gifted.
true.
So
Yes,
it is very nice that you are stating something that is already there in every girl. There is a
yes,
talent which is there, but
yes.
somewhere some women do not realize that source of joy with them, and
Of
people like
course.
you are taking the initiative to start something besides your own corporate career which you had. So did you feel a change after leaving the job and starting this, or was there a change of mindset when you opened up to an NGO, and the difference that you noticed when you were in the corporate and when you went into an NGO and started doing the service back to the humanity? I'm sure that it opened up a lot of channels of gratitude. So we would love to hear from you. How did you feel, and how did you manage the balance, as in if you left your corporate and then joined, or was it a balance or side by side parallel running business?
No, it was, I left my job in 2016. And then, since this page was there, it was like a calling, as I said. It was like one after the other. And yes, it was a world different, if I say that, where
Yes.
a corporate world, where a rural area. But the mindset, trust me, the rural area has a better mindset. I openly challenge this because they
Yes.
are open to accept things. If they are wrong, they will sit and listen to you. But
Yes.
the city limits, they have lot corporate stress, everything. That is what the difference was. It the purity is there in the rural areas. And definitely, when somebody comes with a problem, I don't say I solve it 100%. I
Yes.
cannot. There are a lot
Yes.
of problems which is legally, which is ethically, they have a pattern. But at
Yes.
least, if you just listen to somebody, it's half the battle won.
True.
So that is what I do. We just listen to them. We try to make them stronger. So let them have their own battle. That's what even my motto is. That please
Yes.
fight your battle. There is,
That is
I
a
tell
wonderful
parents,
thought. Yeah, you're holding a very, very strong opinion here that, fight your own battles. Like, try teaching yourself that you can endure through it and grow through it. Like, it's
yes,
beautiful.
yes, yes.
It
So,
is
if a woman can handle the finances of the house, she can handle the country. She can handle a
true.
corporate high-end job. Why there is
Yes.
a difference there?
Yes.
In a household, why there is the finances to a woman? A man can buy things, a man can, but no, he or everybody in the house knows a woman can handle or manage things. So that means
Yes.
definitely the woman is capable of doing that. So why not outside the
Why
house?
not?
Why not
True.
outside in the world?
True.
The matter is the same.
Exactly. So you're talking about all those stereotypes that are made in the society, which we are also talking on the
Yes,
show, breaking the barriers to form an opinion that is changing with times. And I'm sure people like
yes,
you who are doing an impeccable job by not only creating an NGO, which is Daughters Are Blessings, but by actually going social on events, not only for achievements, because I see very few people going for achievements. And nowadays, the trend has changed. Like people would love to talk and open about matters that were closed and that they feared talking about. So there are some
Yes,
people who have joined us, like Geeta Sharma. She says, "Women supporting women is always a pleasure to watch." Thank you, Geeta, for pointing in. And Ritesh Rawat, he has said, "Ma'am, you have an amazing personality, amazing talk." Thanks a lot, both of you, for joining in.
thank
I
you.
wish that you enjoy our conversation because this is something that you won't get by going out. This is something which is virtual online. So do stay connected and also share your opinions by commenting in. So, what do you think, Guinea, about women empowerment? I believe that we are already empowered. We just need to realize where
Exactly.
our strengths are, and we need to endure, like you said, the battles that we have. It could be a small battle every day. We are having some of the other issue. It's not an easy life,
Yes,
not a bed of roses. But we need to realize that we all need to be prepared for the risk in life. So, what
yes.
according to you comes into your mind when you say that there is women empowerment drive going on, or we are celebrating International Women's Day? How do you think that what is left in this world to be benefited for the women, that they can think, and still a lot of work is pending and can be done to empower women? As they say, empowering them, I believe it is just developing them or making them more open to an outlook that was not there initially. So to me, she's already empowered. A daughter is born
Yes,
with all those powers. So
yes.
what is your take in it?
Exactly, Gurleen. Very rightly said. We are already empowered. We just have to believe in ourselves. That is what I believe in, that, everything is right there. You just have to pick up, take a little risk, and definitely that's worth taking it. Because
True.
we have a lot of social stigma.
Yes.
Probably it's been created, a lot, this gender equality and other dowry cases. We always
Yes.
blame the government for it. Why do we
Yes.
blame the government for it? We have to blame ourselves that we let people do it.
True.
So empowerment, I always believe that, I don't fight for womanism. I fight for equalism. That
Yes.
is what I believe in. You don't open a door of my car. You don't give me a reserved seat. Give me an equal status in the society. That is
And
what I believe.
yeah,
That
that
is
is
purely I believe,
well
and that
said.
is where empowerment is.
True, very true. That is actually a fact that everybody needs to hear. One should believe in, something that is so practical. What you're talking about is something that can be applied in every home. It's a
True.
beautiful thought. It's You believe in infusing spirit of positive outlook on the mindset of everybody to let women be more open to opportunities. So, do you think that the women who are these days going to NASA, space, and achieving a lot more than that are forgetting their house rules and duties towards their husbands and kids? I don't think so. As you said, there are stereotypes. Some homes do face such issues where husbands do become egoistic, where they feel that the wings of the lady should be clipped and she should not just go out and achieve a lot more higher than what he is doing, like even in pay packages. So do you think that that should be a thought for a woman to stop her progress on, or just have her wings and fly? Because a man, according to me, should also be there in the progress of a lady and should also understand all the
Yes.
paraphernalia, the pros and cons, and should lend a helping lend a helping hand so that she can progress in life. What is your take on such kind
True.
of women who are facing such issues? What would be your message to those who can actually explore a lot more and live a little better?
Goodleen, let's rewind. Let's go from the time we born. Okay, why are we blaming after marriage thing? Okay, let's come a little rewind. Let's come probably when we are born.
Yes,
90% of the society, okay, when a child is born, there is a gender inequality. Like blue
true.
is for boys, pink is for girls. I mean,
Yes,
you're not even like this is, they are just colors. Please let them just wear anything. This is
true.
how the gender inequality, gender bias starts from a general
Yes,
household. And
true.
the girls are supposed to play with dolls, the boys are supposed to play with cars. I mean,
Yes,
why? If a girl wants to play with a car, A boy wants to play with a doll, let them. They are just
Yeah,
toys, they are just colors. So that starts with the mindset of a child in you. So from that time till the time she's married, till the time she's gone to another house, she has that mindset, no, these are the rules and these are the criteria. I'm not supposed to jump. So I
true.
would rather tell the parents that be a little liberal. There is a very thin line between a discipline and between cutting their wings. Let them fly. Let
True.
them understand. See, you have to show them the path, but let them follow it.
Exactly.
Through
It
ups
is
and downs, and
wonderfully
they will
stated by you
understand it.
that we should be liberal. Yeah, the parents should be liberal, and also the companions who are there with the women who are strong. A faint heart never won a fair lady. You must have heard about this quote. I am very sure that I am very, very mesmerized by this quote. Whenever I do get to meet men and they say, would you love to stay single after a divorce? I would say that, it's my outlook, it's my mindset. The moment I get an inner voice that I'll find a companion suitable to my needs and opportunities, and he believes in me, who I am, as who I am, and what I would want to do in my life with my passions, then why not? I would get into a wedlock, and second marriage is always an option and opinion. Whereas I do feel there are things that go wrong, like technically maybe she pressed a button and she's out, but I'm sure that she will rejoin with us, and we will have her again with us. So I'm sharing the link with her and bringing her back on the show. So let's have Guinea again on the show, because I believe that these technical glitches do happen, and it's just normal. On such a great night when I'm in conversation with Guinea Vadwan, who believes in the future of a strong nation being led by strong women, I believe there are things that always are there in people's mind when they think about what would happen if there is a girl child born in the family. But I've seen some families, often they celebrate the opportunity to have a girl child, and what a wonderful thought it is. Indeed, it is wonderful to have a daughter in the family because they respect the parents even more than a boy. And Guinea is back again with us. And we have introduced the audience, and we were talking about how we believe in the future of a strong nation being led by strong women. And it is always a pleasure. Talking about certain things that you were pointing out, there are a lot of achievements that you've had in your journey. So, which one achievement is very close to your heart? Our audience would love to know, Guinea, from you.
Gurleen, every achievement, if you say, it's very close to me because back end we work very hard for it to just get that message to the world, and when that message is actually conveyed in the right hands and when they actually follow it, it's such an achievement. Even that, the smile on people, it's such an achievement. I get hundreds of mails every day, and when I just get a receipt saying thank you ma'am, you help it, trust me, that's more than what I've achieved. It's like half the battle won, half the things won. And I'm sure those people will definitely be more stronger, and that's what is my achievement. That's what the mail messages are close to my heart.
True. Your being a jury to the United States Stevie Award for 3 years consecutively has brought a
Yes,
lot of joy to my face, and I'm seeing that you also a mentor to an association with Cherry Blair Foundation, United
yes,
Kingdom. So
yes.
let us know about your journey. How did this happen, and how do you feel to be a jury for 3 years consecutively and to be a mentor to such a great association in United Kingdom?
Steve Awards is actually a world of its own because there we not only our country, but we get people from all over the world. Their startups, their journey has been incredible. There is so much to learn, and age is not a number. In fact, I learn so much when I see their journey, when I see their profit losses, and every time, I feel so good about that empowerment. At least people are strong enough to fight it. So being
Yes.
a jury there was actually an honor for me. And when they called me up again, the grading and everything, you get exposed to the world outside. And I love to imply the same in my country.
That's
That was
wonderful.
one. And on the same stage, you are with the best of the people.
Yes. True.
So that is my journey with Steve Awards. And when I come to Cherry Blair, I contacted them because I wanted to be a part. Cherry Blair is a big name, and I had to give an exam. So because they have a protocol for it, I gave my exam, I gave my semesters, I gave everything like a student. I studied, and I was so
Wow.
excited that I just wanted to be. You just cannot fill a form and just get into it. So there was a
Yes.
full 1 year of my college life, I would say.
Great.
And now being a mentor, I get there is like they contact me, and then we have a Zoom meet. They tell me
Wow.
their problems. So to understand how the country works, what are the economic conditions, and on based on that only we have to reply to them. So every country has their own ways of taking
Yes.
it. So because
Very right.
like here in India there is dowry problem, there is inequality, but there is another set of problems. So we cannot mix the both. So
Yes. Very right.
Cherry Blair has taught me how different nations, how different things have a very common problem: inequality, gender bias. Trust me, that is the problem of the world. Even the
Yes.
pay scales in the corporates, they
Yes.
they really vary. I don't know why, but yes, we need to teach them. We have to cut it from the grassroots level.
Totally agreeing
That
with
is
you.
what is
Totally agreeing with you
important.
on this. Yes, you are talking something that is so significant, and there is a guest who has said, Ewan Oberoi. Such a beautiful way of understanding feminism through you people. It's wonderful to have you on board. There are many people who are joining us and listening to a conversation very meaningfully, and we are conveying to you all something that is very significant. We are talking something that takes a lot of courage and confidence to project this on screen virtually and also on the platforms physically. I believe after receiving a lot of recognitions and awards, we dwell deep inside ourselves and feel contented by serving the humanity. Do you have a take on that the milk of human kindness should keep flowing and people should, out of their materialistic approach, look forward to engage themselves in activities that can be fulfilling, that is like mind engaging? Like you must have heard the word mindfulness. So, what is your take on this?
Oh, Gurli, mindfulness, yes, it's a need of an hour, if I would say. And yes, this has to be open for all men and women, and they have to be openly receiving it from all avenues of their life. I would personally advise or suggest everybody that they have to be open to agree to disagree kind of a thing, and vice
Yes,
versa. There are going to be a lot of arrangements which probably a man and a woman have to make it. But yes, please be open to it. Please accept things. If there is a maternal leave, there has to be a paternal leave also. So these are
yes,
the little things which can make difference. But you have to be open to it. You have to accept the change. And this is the
yes.
time, yes, we have to accept the change. Because if you ask me, I would love your concern, not your sympathy. This
That's
is
a
what I
fantastic
believe.
way of having an outlook. And Ginny has rightly stated that she's not looking for sympathy. And that is fantastic. When we say that we need to be empathetic, we need to understand that every gender has a right to own the freedom to exercise their own interests in the field of work they would love to work in. And there should be equality. And the ones who will be watching this video even later, even if the people who are there are less when we are live, it doesn't matter, because the quality of the work that we are doing, it is going to impact the mindset somewhere. People sitting across the globe and here in India must be and will be listening to whatever we have stated on this show, and we are part of the project called humanity at a larger level. I always believe in that every seed that we are sowing will have some or the other fruit, even if you're not even thinking about the fruit. So you have been a part of the project Man-Made Forest Organization, the Tree Box, and this work also entered the World Book of Records. So would you love to shower some thoughts about how did this happen and what was your viewpoint about this organization, the Tree Box, and how did you venture into it?
Okay, now this thing, this also came via a reference to me, and all they wanted is to have nature, the Mother Earth. Now this is something which obviously, I mean, not because I fight for womanism, equalism, but yes, nature. We need to have a clean space for ourselves. When I go for my motivational talks, I keep on telling them what is hygiene, what is sanitation. But yes, you have to love your Mother Earth also. So when this project came to me, it was like hand in glove. I loved doing that. We went there, we had saplings overall. There was a lot of donations for it, and yes, it was done beautifully by celebrity. Everybody supported it because we need
Great.
to have a place to live in. If we don't have a place, how all these talks really don't matter then. We need to
Great.
have a clean space for it.
Yes.
So that is what the base level is. So that's
Yes.
step. And this came beautifully, and I'm blessed I was a part of it.
Wonderful. That shows, because when you're speaking about it comes from your heart, and originally it is something that is always giving you an impetus to let others also know that they should also be into such organizations which can be fruitful for them,
Yes,
their mental peace and
yes.
contentment. Do you
And
think
if
that
I
mental
talk
peace?
about,
Yes,
Gurleen, if I talk about spirituality for trees,
yes, yes,
the trees and the nature talks to you. Do that once. Just hug a tree, just talk to the tree, or even your plant. If you have something at your house, talk to that
yes.
plant daily and see it grow. This is the spiritual side of me which is telling you.
True. That is something that is really very fruitful, and it is very much needed during a time period when there was pandemic. People valued lives. People started bringing in a lot of green plants at their place. I'm sure that there was something that they learned during this, that we need to value each person. So, do you think
Yes,
that during the pandemic, people did actually start looking forward for the revival of those values which were lost in the yesteryears, or in the modern generation, when they were thinking about that what is left? We are not supposed to go so slow in life. We are all running a race of materialism, and we all were actually competing against each other. Do you think pandemic changed the mindset of people a little? I guess yes, a little bit, definitely, because we have
pandemic
lost life. Yeah.
pandemic changed a lot the mindset of people. They have finally realized that you don't need to party, you don't need to wear the best of the clothes. Still, life is as beautiful and as blessed it is. All you
Yes.
need to have is a good and a clear communication with the world outside. And yes,
True.
it bought digitally little advanced. Now, where I used to go to these rural areas, they were so keen because I was not going there, so they all collected some laptops so they could connect with me. And that was so beautiful. It's not about
Yes.
me telling them something, it's their
Yes.
effort which brought them to get a
Yes.
laptop, and they all actually saw it. There was a different world for them. So pandemic
Yes.
taught all of us, if I'm in a city, it has taught me that how beautiful it is without those fancy things around me. I can
Yes.
still live a life. I can still live a peaceful and a blessed life. And when I say it's about the rural areas, it has taught them to be digitally high up and to keep their morals high on it. So
Yes.
in both
True.
ways, pandemic has taught. In fact, I guess the universe wanted us to teach a lesson, and he and the universe actually they did it. They did it for us.
Yes, very right. So, do you think that women with confidence and a little brains can move the nation a lot, into a great, it can shape a nation in a much better way? The women with strong guts can shape the nation in a much better way than men.
Yes,
I do
yes,
believe in this. And
yes,
you being the
yes.
face of the Johnson and Johnson campaign, we would love to hear something about it. Some things that are related to being a face of the Johnson and Johnson campaign. Also, you've received an award of honor, Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan Award and Subhash Chandra Bose Rajniti Ki Pathshala Awards, which have been conferred on you for your outstanding performance in the work. So we would love to know some experiences which you really liked while receiving this honor, which is indeed not one but many of them. Would you love to share something or some of your experiences that you had as being the face of Johnson and Johnson campaign, or when you were being conferred these awards, which do talk a
You
lot
know,
about?
Gurleen, it was a very interesting thing. Johnson and Johnson. I went there for a different reason. It's not Johnson campaign. I went there to receive a Sarvapalli award, and there I
Okay.
met. When you go to these awards, you meet best of the people there. And that's how they were having campaigns, and I got an award for my work. And when your work is appreciated, you love it, you love to talk about it more and more. So there was one the HR person, he loved the way, the interviews were taken and all. He approached me that why don't you become a face for the campaign which is happening. I was a little hesitant, like, Johnson, me, it's nowhere connected. But yes, when I see the campaign, it was portraying as an empowerment. It was portraying as, when I see my face on a Johnson campaign, it was beautifully. It
Wow.
showed me how powerful we women are.
Yes,
So
exactly. This
getting from a company
quality.
like that, yes, it was like an added feather in my cap. And
True.
so I went to a different award, and that's how these people got connected. So I want to tell every woman that if in case you get a chance to go to the awards, events, functions, please do that, because it's a loop, it's a chain. The best of the people come there, you get opportunities everywhere. So open
Yes,
your doors.
yes, yes. It is
In fact,
wonderful.
in
Your
one of in
thought is
one of
wonderful.
the things, Gurleen, I met a lady who, we don't talk about sanitaries, we don't talk about hygiene openly
Yes,
till today in this era. And
yes,
I met her, and she used to actually have those machines, who what used to have the waste of the sanitaries disposable.
yes,
And
yes,
then I got an idea. I contacted the corporate. I said, you have a coffee machine, you have a tea machine. Why don't you have a sanitary pad machine? What about the woman of today? Why didn't you
yes.
even think about it?
True.
So in one of the meets, I got to know that yes, there is a sanitary vending machine also. So now there are
Mm.
so many corporates which are open to it. Tea,
Yes,
coffee, okay, fine. A vending, so also, just have to put a coin, and then, so there are schools, there are corporates which are now getting open to it.
yes. It is wonderful. I think this initiative by a celebrity actor, even I can say Akshay Kumar, when he made this Padman, it did impact a lot of people to talk about these things openly. And
Yes,
I do believe
yes,
that the support of men, gentlemen, in realizing the importance of hygiene of a woman and their health is really very important. And I do agree,
very important.
we have to open gyms and maintaining our physical health, but mental health also gains an impetus in actually keeping our physical health
Of
good
course.
and in pink of, you can say in pink of health only we can remain when we have a good sound mental health is what I want to convey to people because of lately I have been noticing people going for nature walks, mindfulness, and all those things like neuro linguistic programming during pandemic. These all activities picked up a lot of interest in people because they have to actually think about slowing down their pace to gain a balance between their work life and their personal life. So can you give us some tips for the women who really would love to take some tips and messages from you for living a better life in relations and in work life? Some journal tips that they can follow wherever they are, they can listen to you and can actually do better in their lives.
I would want every woman to understand that, you cannot be a superwoman. You cannot be, don't be a superwoman.
Yes,
You have to bifurcate your work. We women love ki hum ye bhi kar lenge, we'll do this, we'll do that. Please don't do that. Don't stress yourself too much. Just bifurcate your work, and you can have a perfect balance. If something, learn to say no, learn to put your foot down, whether it's a corporate or it's personal. And if
true.
you cannot do it, just don't do it. And that's how I just initially, on the interview starting, I said I had to complete a certain assignment, whether it's 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. It's you who have to decide. It's not
Yes,
your seniors, not your colleagues. Nobody would decide for you. So it's you
yes,
who have to understand that where to draw a line, and yes, the world will follow it. Just
exactly.
love their concern again, not their sympathy.
That's wonderful, and this is something that is to be understood because we are not looking out for sympathy. And I always share a deep tip on my show. Today, I am sharing a lady can only look forward to bringing the change with an interest in help to support other ladies in their professional and personal growth as well. We need women to support another women. That is how this nation is going to be strong. We don't want
Yes,
women tearing other women down and being envious of each other. If somebody is
yes,
successful in their business, we should support and we should be part of the learning that she must have gone through a lot to be who she is today. So I have a thought
yes,
that when I started Deep Talks, people were against me as to what can you do, where will you reach? You have not invested money, you don't have YouTube channels, you don't have this. I believed in my own passion that if I have gone through my battles, I need to be open about my talks. And being a psychologist, if I don't start the initiative, I'm sorry, who else will? If even there is one person listening to me, I will start this chain and I will show to the world that with one person's outlook, you can actually impact a lot many people. And you will be shocked, Guinea. There were calls coming in from Paris, France, Italy, just to be on my show. And I thought
so
that
nice.
this is something that is just a small seed of thought that just happened in 2020, and I just am carrying forward the outlook of believing in conversations, because as Sigmund Freud stated, there is a term called catharsis. When we actually talk, there is a free talk happening. You're actually exchanging energies, which is enough in itself a healing process. So I believe when people come on this seat and I ask them questions, automatically you are exchanging energy and you're relieving something that you feel good about. First, you are getting acknowledged. Second, you are boosting your own self esteem and confidence. Third, you are actually teaching others how to live better because you're sharing a part of you. When you're coming on this show, you are sharing something that's very relevant to what it is to you in your heart and mind. You're sharing your beautiful space, and that is counted for. In the coming times, it is going to be a memory for people who are going to follow you. So you are being strong. When you are coming here, you're already growing. You are the change maker. So that is how I started even Difference Makers, a group of people where we can bring, and that's how this is there. And you are here today, open to talk to me. And through Shobha, we are so thankful and grateful that you have taken out your time to just be here and believing in the future of women, because I believe that there is a lot of potential in the women to explore. What is
Yes,
your take on
definitely.
feminism? As there are a lot of women who go on the streets talking about feminism. What is your take on it, and how should women take feminism as, according to you? Because International Women's Day is coming, and we need to let people know that how optimistically can we also involve men in, and just not be, very brash talking about just to women.
See, for me, feminism, at I personally feel that you need to be for feminism. It's more of being graceful, more
Yes,
of letting your work in a very graceful manner. Why only womanism, womanism? If we are equal on lot of platforms, I'm sure even men would understand. It's we have to understand first. So when the International Women's Day is coming, it's just an awareness to tell women that yes, you're alive, you're blessed, you're a fighter. And when I
yes,
see you, Gurleen, I was just hearing when you were talking about, that there were so many people talking that what you get and all. You're a perfect example. See, you believed in yourself. And
true.
that's how today you are on that 87th show. It's
Exactly.
commendable. So
It
when
is.
I'm talking about Womanism International, I would say Gurleen. See her. I mean, she believed in herself.
Exactly. I do believe that when you have that confidence and that spark. Yesterday only I received a call from a friend of mine who's a male again. I want to point it out that people do talk about your work behind your back, and that actually shows that how much am I impacting people when I'm moving forward. Because it's a
Yes,
seed of that, there will be certain section of people always criticizing about looks,
of
about
course.
how do what I do, but I'm not there to please everybody in this
Of
world. What I'm here for
course.
today is just carrying forward the brilliant idea of why I am doing this show and why am I building a better tomorrow for those people who do believe that humanity does survive, and it will. And truth is a crown that every woman should wear on every single day, because that is something that God will bless you with. If you have honesty on your sleeve,
Yes.
It
Yes,
will shine much brighter than your achievements, and you should be grateful to the Lord to give you this life, which is a
of course.
solving all
Yes,
these like I'm
of
having with
course.
Skinny. It is magical. It's just magical. I cannot explain in words how Shobha and you have made a change in my life by being there in my life. It is
That's
impeccable.
that's so sweet. That's so sweet of you, Gurleen, and I'm so proud of your achievements when I see you interviewing people. And that's how I want to just give a message to all the women that tears don't make you feel that you are weak. It makes the tears are an example. They are a result that you've been strong for a very long time. So the day you feel low, please cry it out. It's
Yes.
absolutely fine. It's not a crime. We are humans. We make mistakes. So it's cry it out, let your tears out and come out with a strong aura again.
Yes, it is. It is an impeccable message from a wonderful and stunning lady tonight. We, before leaving this conversation, would love to share the viewers' comments. Sonia Sharma has said success doesn't consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. That's a wonderful thought shared in. And there is Garvit Sachdeva who has said refreshing ideas on feminism, where someone is not bringing down men to uplift women. What a wonderful thought! Thanks a lot.
Exactly.
Sambhav,
Perfect. Garvet, we are not
just a
here to bring the men down. Definitely not. All we are doing is fighting for an equality, fighting for an equal thing. That's it.
yes, it is indeed a wonderful conversation which we had with Gini Vadwan. Not actually, this conversation is ending. We are keeping this conversation behind this talk show alive because I always believe there's an open channel of energy exchange even when I bring guests on and they are open to receive and take a message from whatever they can from me, my life, my experiences while hosting them. I'm sure that you enjoyed as much as I did hosting you. And I would just love
Loved.
ask you one last question that is before just ending this conversation. I would love to thank my viewers for sharing their thoughts, commenting, and loving, liking our conversations. I'm always here to instill confidence, to communicate, and break the barriers for a free talk. So I would just love to ask you one of your aha moments in life that you strongly believe that was a learning message for you to just change your life for better.
You know, Gurleen, when I started this thing and when I tried to enter the rural areas, I got death threats. So there
Oh my,
were people who never wanted me to go to the villages out there. They always thought that I'm taking the woman away from them. But that moment, I told myself, no, I need to tell the men first. I'm not here to take the woman. I'm here to educate everybody. So today, when I sit at the same with the same people with the same conversation, and trust me, that's my highest achievement. And that is the moment which I've lived all these years. And I think that I've done my journey halfway through.
This is just wonderful. It was just an amazing conversation with you, Guinea. I hope that you actually liked this and loved this beyond my expectations. I I couldn't have thought of a better lady to celebrate International Women's Day, which I do believe that we celebrate every moment. We are etching memories for a new tomorrow. Only if God wants us to be alive. And we are kicking in a lot of positivity, optimism for those who are yet wanting to be on this love seat, which is obviously far off for them in their thoughts, they still can dream of. So, a message for the viewers in one word, if you would want to give to the females for the International Women's Day, like self care message or some tip that they can just put on and celebrate.
As I said in my bio, also, we humans are a gift of God, women being the greatest. Please believe in yourself.
Thanks. Thanks a lot, Guinea. It was
Thank you
wonderful
so much.
so much, viewers, to be here and share your time and your thoughts by commenting in. Do like, share, and also watch us on a YouTube channel, Gurleen Khokar, a psychologist and a public figure. You would definitely love to share this because it was an amazing, amazing conversation with Gini Vadwan. Thanks a lot. Good night, Gini.
Thank
Thank
you,
you for
Gurleen. Thank you, everybody who's been here. Thank you.